In today's Temu transformations, we're going to take this washi paper and turn it into these planner stickers. Let's make this. My inspiration for this project was just trying out washi tape, to be honest. I see so many people are using it these days, particularly for planners. So I thought I would combine those two things and combine washi tape and planners. The materials I'll be using are some washi tape printable paper, which I'll use in my inkjet printer, and also a light grip mat, so not very many materials at all. So we're going to do most of our project in Canva today, and then we're just going to move it over to Design Space right at the end. I'm going to create a custom shape for this project. The reason I want to do that is because it should be able to then be able to be resized once we get into Cricut and it fits in our print then cut space. So I'm going to create a custom design or a custom size for this project. So I'm going to do a 16.7 by 25.4 centimetre size. If you are someone who works in inches, that's about 6.5 inches by 10 inches. Then once I've done that, I'm going to create some planner stickers. Now I'm going to go into Elements and I'm going to type in planner sticker. Then I'm going to choose graphics. I'm going to go to the right hand side to the filter and I'm going to click on free. Now you don't have to do it this way. You can create your own shapes. You can do a whole heap of things, but I just wanted to show you a very quick and easy way to create some planner stickers using this washi tape. First one I'm going to use is this love heart one. I'm going to put the days of the week on it. I think this is really cool. So for planner stickers, we want days of the week. We might want months. We might want things that we can put in there that say birthday or important, or even spots where we can write some text. So we're going to, based on what I can find in this sticker section, we're just going to create a whole heap of different ones on this page. So I'm going to do a little bit of a rainbow of colours. Now, if you wanted to go back to my Kiss Cut name stickers that I did, I think earlier this year, I go through how you can actually use Google Images to find some colour palettes. But for this project, I'm just going to use the base colours that Canva have in their palette, and I'm just going to go along and use the reds and the greens colour palette to create a little gradation, I suppose. Then I'm just going to add some text. So I like my little script font for this, and Apricots is one of my favourite. If you've been around for a while, you'll notice that I use Apricots a little bit. So I'm just going to create a text box, type the name of the week. So I've got Monday, and I'm just going to resize it so it fits nicely inside our little love heart shape here. I'm going to change the colour to white, and then I'm just going to duplicate, and I'm going to put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm going to have to play around with the colouring once I get to this third one. See how it's really light? When I type in Wednesday, it's not really, I don't think when we print it, it's going to be very visible. It's going to kind of wash out into the background. So I'm going to go up to Effects here, and I'm going to choose an outline. So if I click on outline and then click on the circle, you can choose your colour. And so I've chosen kind of like a greeny colour. I think that'll work. And then I've got to probably have the same issue here when I do it on the yellow. So yeah, I play around with it. Yeah, see how it's not great? So I'm going to do the same thing, and see how I'm just using a darker colour of the background rather than trying to use a completely different colour. So with the Wednesday, because it's a green sticker, I've used a dark green outline, and the Thursday I've used the dark orange because it's on that orangey light yellow sticker. So I'm just going to repeat that, and I'm going to do the rest of the week, and then I'm just going to highlight all of them and move them over to the left, and then I've resized it. Now, when you start resizing from corners, you can see right there where it says W and you've got a number, and H and you've got a number, that says 6. So it means that that will print out as about 6 centimeters in our when we do our final print. So if you wanted something that was a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, you can kind of play around with that. So then I'm going to go back to elements and keep looking. So I'm going to make sure that I'm now going to stick to that color palette. So every one of these stickers that I choose, I need to make sure that I can actually change the coloring of it and make sure that the coloring will work. Now, this one here, which is work, it's amazing. And I think it's great. And I think it really works. And I liked the yellow and the red. And then I've gone through the whole process and I've realized that when we try and cut out these words work, they actually, all those little flourishes on the right and the left, those little lines that come out, they actually cut separately. But I'm just going to speed all of this up because you'll see that I play around with it and I make some choices about different stickers and things like that. But really just a matter of making sure that you, whatever you choose, we're keeping with that color palette. I mean, if you don't want to keep with a color palette, go for it. But I just think when you're doing something like this, you want to make it a cohesive sticker set. So I've got some little shapes that I'm going to choose as well. I've got stars. I've got some more words. I really love the candy love hearts that say self-care. I really like those when I put those on. So it's all about making little choices about how you want to use these stickers to start with and then how they're going to inspire or keep you on track. You can see now that I've changed the word work. So I've gone through and I'm also creating one for myself. So I like the one with the day off. I would like one with day off. So I've chosen a text, typed day off. So I've chosen more sugar for the text. I've typed day off. I've then put an outline around it and changed my I've chosen La Lu as my text. I've changed the colouring and I've put an outline effect around the outside of it. And then what I'm going to do is I really like the sticker tape. Or the planner tape. So I do another search for some planner tape and I love this heart one. And the fact that I can change the colouring is fantastic. So I'm going to change the colouring and make it I like the black, but it doesn't really, I think it's a little bit too harsh. Oh, it does look cool though. But yeah, too harsh, I think. So I'm just going to play around with this colouring and then we can group those and they can be one sticker. So I don't think you've got to stick to what's in Canva as the only designs you can have. Play around with it. Use different types of elements and put them together to create your own. It just makes it a little bit more fun. It also makes it a little bit more personalised. So once you've got them all lined up and now remember to try and keep a bit of space between them because we are going to put an offset around it once we get it into Design Space. So put a little bit of space around them. And once you've got them all in the spaces that you think you're happy with, then you're just going to go to share and you're going to share it as a PNG. It is very tempting to go, oh, well, we're turning this into stickers. I'll share it as a PDF, but Design Space won't let you upload a PDF into Design Space. And we do want to do a little bit of manipulation before we cut it. And we're going to cut them out. So we really need Design Space to be happy. So go to share, hit PNG. If you are a pro member, choose the transparent background. But because all of these are just shapes that we're using here, then we'll be able to create a transparent background once we upload it. Then we're going to go into Design Space and we're going to go to Upload. So we'll click on Upload an image. You can either drag or you can find it in your you can do a browse and find it in your folder. And then we're just going to get rid of that whole background, making sure that we don't have anything overlapping. And we're going to use it as a flat graphic because we want to be able to print all of these images and stickers that we've created. I'm just going to name it planner sticker. And then we're going to upload. Now, in my head, I thought that if we changed it to, if we made the Canva design 16.7 by 25.4, that would then be perfect. But because we haven't used the whole shape, it's still kind of a bit elongated. But otherwise, it's fine. We just need to make sure it fits in that print then cut section. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an offset. Now, the brilliant thing about this is it's going to create an offset around every single component. It's not going to just do it around the whole box. So I'm going to create a I tried a 0.1 offset, but the priority stickers were too close to each other and they wouldn't come apart. So I've done a 0.05 offset and I've changed the color to white. Once you've done that and you're happy with your offset, then you need to select both the sticker and the offset, and then you need to go down to flatten. And so what that will do is create an image, a singular image, so that when we cut it, it's going to just cut around the outside and we'll have a white or a clear, because I'm not really sure with washi tape whether it's clear or if it's white. But anyway, we're going to have an outline around our stickers. Once you've got that, then you're going to hit make. And what we're going to do is first of all print. So you're going to choose your printer. Now, the washi tape that I bought is only for inkjet printers. So I've selected my inkjet printer and then I have clicked on System Dialog, use System Dialog. You want to make sure you've added the bleed. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to choose the media. Now, the printers are not going to come with washi tape setting. I don't know. You might have a very fancy printer. But I'm going to choose a coated paper because when I feel the texture of it's kind of like like the paper that you use on wedding invitations. I forget what is it, vellum? I can't remember. It starts with V. But yeah, it's got that kind of texture. So I feel like it's a bit more like a coated paper rather than just a regular paper. So then I'm going to print it. And once it's printed, we're just going to feed it through our Cricut. Now, there is a setting on our Cricut called Washi Sheet. So I'm going to choose Washi Sheet as my setting. And I'm going to leave it at its default setting because I'm not sure how this is going to cut. So I don't want to mess around with anything just yet. And if I think I need to go back and it hasn't cut through, then the next time I use it, I'll probably put more pressure. But we just need a regular fine point blade for this. There is no special equipment that you'll need. And I am going to put it on a light grip mat because it is a paper. It's a sticker paper. That's what we use for that kind of stuff. So a light grip mat. Let's see how it goes. So I'm just going to test here to make sure that it lifts before I actually remove it from the machine. So as soon as it says to unload the mat, all you need to do is just grab your weeding tool and just kind of lift it. I just want to check that because I wasn't sure that the washi tape setting was going to work for this particular paper. But you can see that it has. So you can see here it has done a pretty good go of the cut, but when I've removed it, it's actually in any of those ones that have got a little bit of jaggediness to them, so those day off, the ones that have kind of mimicked some ripped tape, it's cut it, but it hasn't cut it well, and it's cut it quite messily. So I think maybe the best thing to do is maybe some straight lines for this sticker paper. I'm not sure if this is because of it's a Temu kind of paper, or if it's because all washi paper might be a bit like this. If you've got any idea, please let me know in the comments below. So if I tried something a little bit more expensive, would it be better? But I'm just using my weeding tool just to lift it, and you can see that I'm just kind of having to rip it. Now, not ideal. So, yeah. And it's a shame too, because I really like this one. I like the love hearts behind this tape. But yeah, it has ripped a little. So not great, but let's see. Maybe if I stick it, when I stick it down, it'll be okay. Nah. So see there, it goes down. Oh gosh, it goes down so nicely. I actually really like these. But yeah, that jaggedy edge isn't great. What about this one? I like these self-care ones. Look, I like playing around with graphic design, but I'm no artist. So I love the fact that Canva can give you these kind of different. Oh, this one's stuck together too. Oh, right. So when I did it, I think I've put those love hearts a little bit too close together, and then when I've done the offset, they've actually stuck to each other. So just be careful of that. Make sure that you've got enough gap if you are going to do an offset. If you're not going to do an offset, it's no problem at all. Don't have to worry about it. But if you do plan on doing an offset around your stickers, make sure they are actually far enough apart before you move them out of Canva. But I really like these. They're really cute. And how quick was that project? Yeah. I like that you got this. And I like the fact that you can actually see the lines through them. So that's pretty cool, because it means that you could actually put them down and use the lines to write. So if you're going to create bigger ones that have got space for you to write notes, you can actually put it over lined paper. I really like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, colouring is your choice, all of those kind of things. But yeah, look, I'm not really a planner person. You can see here, this is next week's diary, and what have I written in it? Nothing. But weirdly, I can remember most of my events. Yeah, see, work has done the same thing as your day off. So I think for this sticker paper, we're looking at solid shapes rather than anything that's a bit curvy, because it just doesn't do the cut. Or I could have done an extra, made it a little bit stronger on the cut. No, I don't know. I don't think that probably would have helped at all, because that day off sticker would have been still ripped. And I'm just going to test whether I can write with it. So I've got my little felt tip pen, and it's perfect. Oh my God. Does it rub off? No. That's cool. I love this. This is a new revelation for me. I've never been a washi tape person. I'm sure there's a whole heap of people out there that love it for their planners, but this is cool. I like that little project. I've tried something new. So as I said before, I'm not a washi tape person, so this is brand new to me. But I really liked the fact that it was such a quick and easy. You can just drag things out of Canva. So if you're a beginner, great idea to have a play around with Canva in particular, because we didn't do any manipulation really. But we've also been able to create and plan our page and then just transfer it straight into Cricut, which is really good. Before, I was going through and I would upload each one of those images singly and then kind of arrange them once I got into Cricut. But I think if we can do it on Canva and get rid of that background, that's a fantastic little tip. If you're an advanced cricketer, again, maybe it's a material you've never used before, but also it's another way of you being able to express your creativity. I hope you've enjoyed today's project, and I can't wait to see you next week for another Temu transformation. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget, you can always jump on my Instagram, head over to my Etsy store, or even check out the videos YouTube recommends for you down below.